Hi friends, today we're going to draw a background for our dinosaur picture. That means a picture around the dinosaur. We're going to put the dinosaur in a certain place. We're going to put him in a city. Now when we draw a place in our picture, we call this drawing space in art. So let's take our black marker and we're going to start by putting a ground line underneath our dinosaur. This will help our dinosaur look like he's standing on the ground and not floating in the air. So it's okay if your dinosaur is this way. It's okay if it's this way. It doesn't matter. But find your dinosaur's feet. Put your fingers on your dinosaur's feet. Now, I want you to take your black marker. We're going to start a straight line, or it could be a wavy line, from the very left side of our white paper all the way to the right side. But watch how Miss Buettner does this. I'm not going to go over my dinosaur. I have to hop over my dinosaur. So I'm gonna start at the left side and I'm gonna make a straight line that goes until I get to my dinosaur's feet, and then I'm gonna stop and hop and go, 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 and stop and hop and go, go, go till the very right side of my white paper. Now, if it's not perfectly straight, that's okay. It could be a little bit wavy or bumpy. All right, now let's draw some buildings in our city. We're going to draw some big rectangles around our dinosaur. So let's start at the very left side of our paper because we're gonna make building, 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 going all the way to the right. So I see a lot of buildings in the city that look like rectangles. So let's start like this. At the ground line, let's make a line that goes up towards the sky, but don't go to the edge of your white paper. Leave a little space right here. Good, then make a little line that goes left to right, just a little line, not very big. Then we're gonna make this line go all the way down to the ground line. But if your dinosaur is in the way, remember, you have to go, 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 stop, and hop over your dinosaur. You want your dinosaur to look like it's in front and the buildings are behind. Good job, friends. All right, I'm gonna show you something kind of fancy. Now, we're mostly making straight lines, but if you try to make a diagonal line, it will make your building look like it's three-dimensional. Watch this. At the corner on the top right, make a little diagonal line that goes down. See how it's diagonal? That means it's not quite straight up and down or straight across. It's at a little angle like that. And then from that little line, go down, down, down to the ground line and make sure you hop and stop over your dinosaur. Oh, look at that. That looks like a 3D building. I can see two sides of it. If you want, you can even take your marker and color in this side. Ooh, that makes it look like it has a shadow. That makes it look like it's even more of a realistic building. A real 3D building. I'm using the side of my marker, not the tip, so I can color it in quicker and more neatly. Look at that. All right, let's try to draw some more buildings and then we'll add some details to our buildings. So let's start right here. We're gonna leave a little space, hop, go to the ground line. We're gonna make a straight line that goes up, hop over your dinosaur, and then straight line that goes over, and then down, just like we did for the first building, a rectangle. Make sure you stop and hop over your dinosaur. All right, if you want, you can try to make it look 3D again by making the diagonal and the line that goes down. And you can color in the side here. All right. Let's make another building, another one, maybe even a fifth one if we have space. Let's see, I am gonna do something kind of fancy. I'm actually gonna, instead of starting at the ground line, I'm gonna start at the top of this building. This is another part of space. It's called overlapping, when one building looks like it's even more behind. So I'm gonna start in the middle of my second building and make a little line that goes straight up. Then a little line that goes straight over. And then a line that goes down to the ground. Make sure you hop over your dinosaur. Ooh, look at how that building now looks like it's behind this building. Wow, it's getting even more towards the background. And if you want, you can make your diagonal line to the ground and color in the side to make your building look like it is 3D. That means it's got more than one side that we can see. Okay, let's try and make 2 more buildings. This time I'm gonna start at the ground line and I'm gonna go up straight, hop over my dinosaur, straight over and straight down like a rectangle. And I think I'm gonna leave this one not 3D, because so maybe we're looking at the front of the building and we can't see the side. And then for my last building, I'm going to make a really tall building that looks like it's behind. So I'm gonna go straight up, over and down. And maybe I'll make one more. This last one, I think I'm gonna make it look like it's really wide and it kind of continues off my paper. So I'm just gonna make a straight line like this. If you don't have room for this last building, you don't have to add it, that's okay. All right, friends, our city looks like it's almost done, but we gotta add some details because right now those buildings are pretty blank and the ground is blank and the sky is blank. So now I want you to practice adding your own details. Miss Buettner is going to show you some details that she's gonna add, but you don't have to copy me. You can add your own details. So I'm gonna start with some windows. And when I draw windows, I like to do crisscross lines. So I start with straight lines left to right. These are called horizontal lines, all the way down my building. And then I can do some straight up and down. These are called vertical lines, all the way down my building. And look, that's a really easy and quick way to make lots of little tiny squares. You can even color in some of the squares. That will make the building look like some of the lights are on and some of the lights are turned off because they're dark. All right, what else could we do? I know, we can add some windows that are different types of shapes. Sometimes I see windows that look like this. This is called an arch. Maybe I'll put a door. That's a bigger arch. Maybe a little tiny window right here. And maybe this one has the light turned off. So I'll color it in. All right, what else could we add? I know, sometimes when you look on buildings in the city, they have these antennae on the top of the building, these 2 little lines with circles. Yeah, that helps the electricity for the building. And there's a building in Chicago, if you've ever been there, that has these big X's on them, these big beams. So I think I'm actually going to go like this. Zigzag line on this building. You could choose any building. And then another zigzag, watch, zigzag line. Ooh, that kind of looks like a real building in Chicago. Maybe I'll put some antenna on it. I love that. I think I'm gonna draw some more windows, but these are going to be squares. And maybe I'll draw some squares all the way down this building. Have to kind of draw around my dinosaur because I don't want to run into him. Maybe I'll stop at the tail and go around here. Maybe I'll color some in. Okay, I have 2 more buildings. What could I add to these buildings? I think I'm going to add some lines like this. Sometimes I see buildings like this with big beams on them. Thick lines. So I'm using the side of my marker, not the tip. And maybe I'll draw, some really tiny windows, dashed lines. We've learned about all these different types of lines and now we're using them. Okay, I think I've done with all my details, but I have to add some details to the sky and to the ground. So maybe I will add dashed lines to the road. He's walking down the road. Maybe some little clouds way, way, way back in the sky. Maybe a sun in the sky. What else could you think of? Maybe people, maybe cars, maybe an airplane in the sky, or animals like a bird. You can add anything else you like to your picture. Spend a few more minutes adding some of your own details to your picture. And then when you think you're done, friends, your masterpiece is complete. You don't have to color it. Remember from the story, all the dinosaurs were colorful, but all the backgrounds are black and white. So this is finished. I'm gonna put my name on the back if I don't already have it, and put this in my art folder, and then I can work on my ABC book.